My first marriage was made out of great love. My wife and I have known each other since high school, lived together for 20 happy years, had a son, built a business, opened our own cafe. Nothing foreshadowed trouble until his wife fell ill. We fought for her life for a long time, but, alas, I remained a widower. My 7-year-old son was left in my arms, and I tried to forget myself by spending more and more time at work. That's where I met my second wife. Alina got a job at my cafe as an administrator. I immediately noticed her, a cheerful, pretty girl with eyes as azure as the sea. And there was something magical and mesmerizing about them. After learning about my tragedy, Alina tried her best to support me. She sincerely sympathized with me and, despite the great age difference, treated me with careful maternal care. I made morning coffee, fed a delicious lunch. We could talk to her on absolutely any topic, as peers. Gradually, Alina was able to rekindle the spark of life in my heart, and she easily found a common language with my son. We had a great time, our relationship was already on the way to the wedding, and I was anxious to start a family. Only my friends periodically dissuaded me from this serious step. "You've thought it over well," one of them asked. "Don't you think she's with you just for the money? And the age? Yes, you are practically from different generations." But I didn't want to hear anything, only occasionally I had doubts. "Why do you need an old man like me?" "Well, first of all, you're not that old," Alina reassured me. "Well, secondly, I have always dreamed of a wealthy, respectable man." I calmed down and pushed the disturbing thoughts away. Soon we signed, and I was happy. I gave my wife expensive gifts, took her to resorts, and the news about my wife's pregnancy made me doubly happy. We had a daughter, and now I fully felt our union with a full-fledged family. And 3 years later, his wife began to complain more and more often. "Am I just going to sit like a bird in a golden cage? You're always at work, and I'm bored. I think I'll go relax while the babysitter is busy with the children." And she was leaving, sometimes for shopping, then for gatherings with friends. I thought then that my wife was right. My business took up a lot of time, and she's too young to stay at home all the time. Of course, she wanted fun, communication, and I turned a blind eye to her adventures, but often I began to hear rumors from friends that Alina was constantly seen accompanied by a young man. Either in a nightclub, in a cafe, or just walking in the park. My wife resentfully waved away my questions. "And you listen to more envious people. We always go out with friends. Maybe one of them was with the guy? Yes, you'd better tell me straight out if you're hiding something. I'll find out anyway." But Alina continued to assure me that she still loves me and does not even think of anything bad, and I continued to believe her. And everything was revealed on one of the ill-fated evenings. Returning home after a day at work, I decided to make my wife a romantic candlelit dinner. "Yes, maybe it's true, I spend too little time with my wife," I reasoned. "It's probably worth sitting together over a bottle of champagne and talking about everything like before." Alina was not at home, and the nanny reported that she had hurriedly loaded some things into the car and left somewhere in the morning. "Yes, and she also asked me not to call you and said that you were aware." It came as a shock to me. I frantically ran into the bedroom and really did not find many of my wife's things, and she also took all the money and jewelry from the safe. Not knowing what to think, I dialed her phone number over and over again, but it was disconnected. Then, calling her closest friend, I learned the terrible news. Alina ran away with the same guy she had been dating for the last 6 months. A friend also told me about my wife's initially insidious plans. She never loved me and got married just for the money. I also really wanted to get out of poverty. It doesn't fit in my head. Well, how can you leave a child for a lover? I did not search for or return the fugitive. I've only prepared the divorce papers, after which she won't get anything, not even a child. I will live for the sake of the children. And by my example, I only confirmed the words of my friends that it is not worth connecting life with a young one, but it is worth looking for a mate by age.